Hello! I thought it would be fun to do a little collection tour and talk a little bit about how I go about organizing my collection. I personally love watching organization videos to help give me ideas when deciding how to arrange things within my home. Two things I would just like to point out about my personal style before we begin. One, I like to integrate things I love throughout my home, so games are not limited to my game room, as you'll see. And two, for the most part, I don't like keeping collector's editions in box because for me, it makes my home feel too much like a retail space. I get more pleasure from collector's editions when I get to use and see the items within the boxes. So without further ado, let's get started. Going into our game room, you can see Raiden from Mortal Kombat 2. We have 3 arcade 1-up cabinets, which are considerably smaller than traditional arcade machines, but work great in the space we have. Behind the door is a map from Twilight Princess, original boxes from Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, a Luigi Mansion's poster, and as we look throughout the game room, you may notice it is painted in a Mario World theme. The shelf to the right is full of a variety of figures, with shadow boxes hanging above. Although difficult to see, the curtain rod is actually a green pipe. Now we're going to get a closer look at each cabinet. To the left of Ms. Pac-Man, there is a shelf with PS2, PS3, and Xbox games that aren't backwards compatible with the Series X. As you can see here, Ms. Pac-Man includes 4 games. The Ninja Turtle machine has 2, and Mortal Kombat includes 12. Only the Mortal Kombat has a light-up marquee. Above the arcade-themed light switch are 2 Doom helmets, one from Doom Eternal's Collector Edition, and the second is Limited Run's Classic Doom helmet. Moving on to the former closet, I've turned this area into a display and storage space. I have a few boxed items and figures up top. Here's a glance at my Skylanders collection. The gray bin also has Skylanders. Some Guitar Hero guitars are hanging on the side. I have a small PlayStation Vita collection and some acrylic standees on this shelf. Next we have some Laserdisc movies. The bins have extra cords and necessities. I was happy to find these windowed bins. I use these to store game systems, each with their correct cords. A small collection of boxed PC games are on the bottom. On the far left, I have an organizer. On the bottom, we have soundtracks, Luigi and Mario home circuit carts, and jewel case PC games. Starting on the left, I'm going to do a quick pan over all the game spines. The first column here is Wii U games. I keep these 2 collections together. On the very bottom are the GameCube games. The second column starts with DS and 3DS games. I also keep these collections together. I primarily use my 3DS to play these. Here's Sega Genesis, NES, Super NES with 64 on the bottom. The third column starts with this jewel case organizer, followed by a lot of Switch games. In that jewel case organizer, I had Dreamcast and PS1 games. The Switch is my favorite system, so it's currently our largest collection. To the left of the former closet is a collage with quite a variety of things I love. Here is our CRT TV. It is a low Arceus 30. Under the desk is our DVD, VCR, and Laserdisc players sitting on this nice little media rack I found at Goodwill. On the desk we have an organizer with several systems ready to play. Directly above we used to have a flat screen TV mounted, but it was moved to our son's room and we haven't found the right replacement yet. Then the collage continues onto the other side of the wall. Super Mario Galaxy 2 poster we had signed by Charles Martinet at the Rose City Comic Con. Here's our PC setup with a custom PC and 2 monitors. The M&M display holds controllers for the ready-to-play systems. Then we have 2 World of Warcraft themed Secret Lab chairs. Now let's move on to the glass display case. On the top shelf are some Pokemon Rumble figures. and then a copy of Fire Emblem Game Boy Advance in the back. The second shelf has the sword from the Breath of the Wild Master Collection. We also have the Majora's Mask 3DS XL. Here's my Harry Potter shelf. The Hogwarts Legacy collector statue is behind with some complete in box handheld games in front. Next is some loose Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games, a few Switch titles. The bottom shelf is a small stack of games alongside the One Piece Odyssey statue. Outside the game room is my small library. Although it is small, it's a nice place to sit and read or play handheld games. I do keep all gaming books in this area. Here's a quick look at our guidebooks. Moving over to the second shelf, I have a few art books. I also keep art books from collector editions, primarily on this top shelf. Out in our garage, I have things set up to use Ring Fit Adventure or other workout-related games. Here's a very quick look at my tote of boxes, although I have more boxes up in this loft area alongside bulkier items I don't use as often, such as the Nintendo Labo kits. Down in the gym area, I have a shelf for workout games. They aren't used often, but it's a fun way to change things up. And here's where I house the accessories. Back inside the house, in the dining room, I have more gaming-related maps displayed. As you can see, I really have a love for maps. In this collage, I have a shelf for a few smaller collectibles. The shelf is quite narrow, so it can be difficult to find items that fit. The Iron Man Pop was a pre-order GameStop bonus for Midnight Suns. Here's 2 World of Warcraft atlases and a Professor Layton train ticket. This is a cloth map from the Octopath Traveler Collector Edition. Here's the map from the Breath of the Wild Master Edition. A cloth map from Baldur's Gate 2 Big Box PC Edition. And this is the Neverwinter Night cloth map. Here's our living room, where a large portion of our gaming happens. The couch reclines, but is older and is due for an update. We keep PlayStation and Xbox games in this case. Our TV is an LG OLED CX. We use a Sonos soundbar. This is where we house the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. The left door is our Wii U and accessories. Cosmo the robot is hanging out on top of the Xbox. And on the right, we have the OLED Switch dock and the Oculus Quest 2. Let's take a look inside the game cabinet. On the top left shelf, we have cases for the games we're currently playing. Underneath is where we house the Xbox titles that are backwards compatible with the Series X. In the center is the PS4 and PS5 games. All PS4 games are compatible with the PS5, so we group these collections together. As you can see, this is also where we keep extra controllers. On the right is Xbox One and Series X games. The cases are shorter than the older titles, so that's why I have them separated. Lastly, this is my Amiibo case. Although I do have an extensive collection, I don't have every Amiibo. This top shelf contains Monster Hunter, Fire Emblem, and Metroid Amiibo. Moving down is the Zelda collection with a Skyward Sword art tin from Nintendo Rewards. To the left is the Splatoon collection. This next shelf is primarily Smash Brothers Amiibo, although I do have all the Pokemon grouped together. In front I have all of the Xenoblade together. Here's Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy Amiibo, and in the back I have retro titles grouped together. The fourth shelf, in my opinion, is the cutest shelf. Here are all the Yarn Yoshi Amiibo, Pac-man and Kirby. There are over 500 Animal Crossing Amiibo cards. I have series 1 through 3 complete, and I have the majority of the other 3 sets. Here are both the CP Japan exclusive cards with the Animal Crossing figures. The bottom shelf are all the Mario related figures. I have both the dark and regular Donkey Kong and Bowser Skylander Amiibo. The N-level Amiibo displays flag was unfortunately too tall for this cabinet, but I have it stored away safely. There's an unopened Amiibo cereal box. It scans as a basic Mario in games. I also have some of the Mario Sports Superstar Amiibo cards, but I don't have a way to display them yet. Well, that's it. That's a tour of how I choose to organize my collection. I'll post links in the description box to things I'm using if still available, although many things I've either had for quite some time or bought secondhand. If you don't see a link or you have any questions about something in my collection, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and give a like if you like this tour. Until next time, bye!